For a variety of reasons, in the course of this weekend, I was in touch with my good friend Father Don in McKinney, who I travel with. You know, we just came back from our 14-day cruise of the Norwegian fjords, which was a fabulous experience for us. And one of the things that we were reminiscing about, and I don't remember exactly why it came up, but in the course of that trip, in our cabin, they had a great selection of free movies available to us. And I mean recent run movies like La La Land and Silence. And well, we watched 8 movies in the course of the trip. And I am not a moviegoer, but we both commented that added something to the trip. One day was our weeping day because of the 2 movies we saw. The second was The Shack. The first was the movie The Lion. Have any of you seen Lion? Oh, it's an awesome movie. I highly recommend it. Today's first reading reminds me of it. Even though the circumstances are very different, there is an incredible reunion scene. In fact, several reunion scenes as a part of that movie. And I'm not going to tell you anything more about it because I don't want to ruin the movie for you. But the reunion scenes from that movie are reminiscent of the reunion scene that takes place in today's first reading, where Joseph, long estranged from his brothers, from his family, because they sold him off, Joseph is reunited with his brothers. But in today's first reading, we don't know the end of the story yet. Something struck me as I was reading that gospel passage, and I'll relate these two in a moment. Notice that Matthew bothers to mention Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus. It's the historical fact. It was the reality. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. Actually, his life was spared because the plan was to kill him. But he ended up being sold off. And yet, what's the proclamation that the apostles were sent to make? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. In spite of humanity's foibles, in spite of our bitterness towards each other, in spite of even plots to kill, in spite of war and poverty, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. In spite of betrayal, in spite of rejection of the call, in spite of all that Judas represents in the Gospels, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Popular way of putting it is, God writes straight with crooked lines. And indeed, God does. And so each of us is sent out to proclaim the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So I think a challenging question for every one of us here this noon is, in what small way am I, by word, by deed, by example of my life, am I going to announce today that the kingdom of heaven is at hand? The reign of God is already in our midst. The Spirit is in us and around us. If we will see it, how will we make it visible for others?